So can you see my screen, guys? Yeah. Okay. So now let's discuss how we can develop job sequences. So that is our topic for today, developing the job sequences. Okay. So I hope you have gone through all the sessions till now on SCD type 2, type 1, type 1, type 2, type 3 implementation still up to last session. Developing surrogate keys and shared containers that we have discussed last topic. So now in this session, job sequences development. So what is this job sequence development? So here I have data flows. So multiple data flows means parallel jobs. So till now we have developed parallel jobs. Okay. So whenever I want to develop any parallel jobs, okay, so here the data will be transferred from source to target. So I want to run multiple parallel jobs at one time, one after the another, maybe all at one time. Okay. So I want to automate this. Okay. So normally if one parallel job runs, once it's completed, the second job normally we need to run. So to avoid manual intervention, what we can do, we can develop a job sequence. Okay. Running all the jobs at a time, running all the jobs at a time. Okay. And running the jobs, running all the jobs, running the jobs one after the other, one after the another. Okay. So if this is the case, how you are going to deal this scenario? Okay. So here running all the jobs means parallel mode. So parallelly you are running all the jobs, parallel jobs at one time, parallel mode. Okay. So running one after the another means whenever data dependency, for example, first job output will be the input for second job. Okay. So in that case here we are going to develop job sequence in order mode. Order mode. So order mode in the sense data depends. For example, in previous session, SCD type 3, type 2, where SCD type 2 main job has to run. So once it's completed, it gives two outputs. Okay. So first one update records and then insert records, then update job has to run because we need to update the existing records, existing closed transaction records, update job. Okay. And the next one is insert job. Okay. So insert job has to run. So there is a order, there is a dependency from one job to another job. Okay. So in that scenario, in that situation where we can develop this job sequence, okay, in order mode. Okay. So now let's see, let's take few sample jobs. Okay. So, and we'll create and then we'll develop a job sequence. Okay. We'll develop a job sequence. Yeah. So go to file, jobs, sequence job. Okay. So here we have various options. Okay. So various sequences. So we will cover all this. Maybe not, maybe in today's class, few we will cover few things and few classes, few session that we will discuss later. Okay. Maybe Wednesday session we'll discuss. So job activity. We can develop the job, drag and drop the job activity. A job we can be mapped automatically, or uh, we can drag and drop from the repository. Okay. So let's take any example. Okay. So here I have cumulative salary, just drag and drop. Okay. And transformer filter this job. Okay. So I'm taking this three jobs. Okay. And this job I will define. Okay. And we can integrate with a sequencer. That is a connectivity where we will make the connection here. Okay. So now once this job sequence gets completed, we need to send a email notification. Okay. So all the jobs run fine. So those kind of statements that we need to provide. So this is one mechanism. Another mechanism. Okay. So in case of any failure, okay. So that we need to handle both the scenario. Okay. So now let's make a linking connectivity. Okay. So this is for job run fine. Job one pass job one. Okay. Okay. Pass. Now let's define any job here. Okay. So let's double click this. And here job is not there. Okay. So we have drag and drop this from the repository. Okay. So here job is already there. Okay. So stage variable, cumulative salary calculation that we have seen. Transformer filter. Okay. So now let's call any job. Okay. So go to repository. Let's choose any job. Okay. So that you have developed. Okay. Let's take funnel stage job. Okay. And so here you need to consider the execution action. So here we have multiple options here. So what does this each option will do? So run in case of any failure. What it will do? It will run the job. Reset if required, then run. Okay. So here it will reset and it will run. It will reset and it will run. And the next one is validate. Validate means it simply validate in case of any failure happens. What it will do? It will just validate. And the next one is last one is reset. Okay. So most of our cases we use this option like reset if required, then run. Okay. So this is for success. And similarly, there might be a chance of failure also. Okay. So here, what you can do, this is a all jobs fail. All jobs. So these all jobs pass connected. Okay. So there might be a job that may be a fail. So that also we need to take it into consideration. Okay. So any job about. Okay. So failed. Okay. So here you can consider this termination activity. Stop the running jobs. Okay. So now let's see. Let's make a connectivity. Double click here and copy this job and rename here. Okay. So job activity is there now. Just rename. Okay. So now go to the trigger action here. Okay. So trigger action here. Uh, this is the link. So fail job one. Copy this and similarly, okay. Now let's double click this. Okay. So now we need to provide the indicators expression. So job may run fine and job may not run fine. Okay. So here let's see job run okay. So that means job has to run successfully. And the next one is here any failure. Okay. So failed. So job has failed. Let's give the uh, conditions like this. So here whenever if you use job expression trigger expression. Okay. So with okay execution is executed okay. So that gives what happens is it gives like green color. Okay, so whenever job failure, it will give red color. Okay. Similarly, let's define the same. Okay. So rename the link here. Okay. So exercise stage variable cumulative salary. Okay. Reset if required. Now expression. Okay. So here two scenarios. Okay. So then choose other option. Unconditional means nothing to define. Otherwise means there may be jobs. Otherwise means we can consider two condition. So either of the condition may be is satisfied, job may fail or success. Okay means job has to pass successfully without any issue. That we have defined previously. Job may finish with warnings. Okay. So job status may fail or pass. So the user status. Okay, so those things and customs message is a message that we can define both the scenarios. Okay, so here I will go to the derivation, add the activity variable. So here what I'm trying, one second, it's getting stuck. Okay, so activity variable. So activity variable here you can see job status. Okay, so whenever job status is equal to one means what happens? Job job has run fine without any warnings. Job status is 2 means job has run fine with warnings. Okay, job status is equal to 3 means job got aborted and job got aborted. Okay, so if it is 3 means okay, so here pass condition. So it may finish with warnings or without warnings. Now what we can do? Consider this option. Job status less than or equal to 2. Okay, so here whenever it is 1. Okay, so then one less than or equal to 2. So condition will satisfy. Okay, so here we can give this customs message here also. Job status greater than 2. So that means aborted. Okay, so when you define this customs message, what will happen? Both the lines it will show in a blue color. Okay, and the next one is filter. Okay. So here you can see you can give a customs message from constant variables. Okay, so go to ds constant. So job run okay or job run with warnings. Okay. So either of this message you can define. Job run with warnings. Okay. So this one, what you can do, you can keep aborted, whatever failed. Okay. So click on OK. Okay. So now let's define this. All the jobs here, the sequencer, all the jobs run fine means then only we need to send email notification. Okay. So email notification success. Okay. So here you need to write. So here you need to write the mail ID details here. Okay. So SMTP server. Okay. So sender email ID. So normally SMTP server will be the company name and sender mail ID is the project. For every project there will be dedicated email ID. Okay. So from that email we are sending and recipients. Who are the recipients? Developers, support team. Okay. Stakeholders. Okay. So for example, in any failure, whom to notify. So those details under here we need to enter. So since it's a practice thing, so I'm entering my email ID. So data stage mastering at the rate gmail.com. Okay. So copy this. Let's be all the same email ID. Okay. And email subject. Okay. So all the jobs run fine. All the jobs success. Okay. You can mention stage two from source to stage. Okay. So source to stage, all the jobs, all jobs success. Okay. And here, if you want to attach any items, I mean, any attachment, okay, so that you can add over here with the comma, rejected file, those details. Okay, so now here, what we can do, okay, so here you have to write the content of the body email. Okay, hello, hello, all the, all the source to staging area jobs got completed. Okay, click on OK. So this way where we need to define the email notification. Okay, so in case of any failure, so when any job failure, okay, any out of three, so we need to stop all the running jobs. Some failure is happened that will impact the other jobs. Okay, terminate activity failed. LNK job failed. Okay, so this is the way where we can develop the job sequence. Okay, so now let's save this job. Okay, so here you have to mention any of the name. Okay, so job sequence, parallel, job sequence, parallel. Okay, click on save. Now compile the job. Okay, so what is this? Compilation error, job controls, operating sequence file. Show more. Okay, so unassigned value. So we were missed to assign a value. Okay, so here we have assigned. Oh, okay. So here, okay. So the issue is we have given wrongly. Okay. So it's in blue color. The activity is, the name is wrong. Okay. So you have to give the correct one. Go to the activity. Uh, oh, okay. Activity variable. So you should not get any blue colors. Okay. So now it's fine. Okay. So now it will be fixed. Now save, compile, and rerun this job. Run the job. Now here you can see the difference. Okay. So all the jobs will run at one stretch. Okay. We can see in the director. Okay. So just a minute, it will open. Click on yes. So these are the job guys that we have developed. Okay, so it is in finished state. Okay, so now what you can see, you can sort the on a date. Okay, so another. Okay, no. Okay, now let's run this job again. Okay, so let's run this job again, and you can see all the jobs will be running at one stretch. Okay, click on run. See here, three jobs are started. We have created a job sequence, three jobs that runs in parallel mode. Okay, yeah. So three jobs are running here. See, two jobs already completed. Okay, this cumulative salary job is still running. See now it got completed. Okay, so this job got completed. Okay, so this is the way where can develop job sequence in parallel mode. Okay, so any questions, guys, here? Any questions? Any doubts? Okay, no response. Okay, so at least you can respond in the chat.
No, 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 no doubts.
No doubts. Okay. What about Karuna and Monica and others?
No doubts.
Okay. Okay. Right. So another method we will see. Okay. So here we have connected through a failure notification. Okay. So here what we can do, we can add exception handler. Okay. So instead of defining all these things, what we can do, we can define with the exception handler the same parallel mode job. Okay. Exception. Okay. So click on save. We can delete this part. Okay. So we can delete this part. What we can do, we can add this exception handler. Okay. So exception handler, and we can add this the message. Okay. In case of any failure, also we need to send a mail notification, right? So connected to this. Okay. It's we need to consider for failure. Okay. And terminator activity. Make terminator activity. Okay. So now what you can do? Okay. This is the exception handler, not for this one. Okay, so we added exception handler. Mess. Okay. So now what you need to do, you need to define this. Okay, in case job run success failed. So staging to source to staging area, one of the job got failed. One of the job got failed. Okay, we are looking into the issue. Okay, so I can say thanks and thanks and regards data stage. Thanks and regards data stage supporting. Okay, click on OK. So here you can mention the same in success also. Okay, click on OK. Now, so here we can give the reason for the failure, which job got failed. Okay, so this is exception handler works as a error message. So in case of any failure over the any of the so it will act like an indicator so that any error, any failure occurs, automatically what it will do, it will cross check and give the appropriate error and which job got failed. That we will get in an email notification. Okay. So again, compile this job. Okay. So it's in compile mode. Okay. Now I'm going to run this job. Now let's see here. Okay. So all the three jobs triggered at once and now it got completed. Okay. So this is the way where we can work with this exception handler. Okay. So now let's see how we can work jobs when there is a dependency. Okay. So in SCD type 2, here we have job dependencies, right? So how you are going to develop the job sequence. Okay. Now close this. Let's take an example. Exception handler job. Okay. Order mode. Click on save. Okay. So now let's develop job sequences. Okay. So now let's delete these two jobs and we will add SCD type 2 jobs. Okay. So let's make a connectivity. So here all the jobs, this also not required. Directly what we can do, we can make a connectivity to here. Okay. So I will add a few more jobs. Okay. So this funnel job I will add. Okay. Now, now what we can do, we can add this SCD type two jobs. Okay. So here we have dependency, right? So first job has to run. Once it's finished, then update has to run. Okay. So once it's finished, then it has to run the insert job. Okay. So then we'll run the funnel job also. Let's make a connectivity. Okay. So double click on this job. Okay. Rename the job. So trigger action here, what we can do, we can give the customs message. So job will may run or may not run fine. So both the cases here you need to consider. Job status, give a single space, click on OK. So this is SCD to main. Okay. So the next one is update, UPDT, update. Okay. So now double click on this job. So here I can give the customs message again, the expression. And here you have to provide activity variable update. This job you need to choose. So currently you are in which job? Appropriate job only you need to choose. So here we can give either is equal to 1 or again the same value. You can copy and paste it here is equal to 2. Okay. So you can give like this. Click on OK. And similarly, SCD type to INST insert. Okay. Now open this job. Okay. So trigger action here also you can give the customs message. Okay. Now double click here. Less than or equal to 2. Okay. Click on OK. So give this link UPDT. So the link name should be unique across all the jobs. Okay. So LNK INST insert. Okay. Now double click here. So yeah, this is already defined. Okay. So trigger action, okay, we have given. Okay. So now what you can do? You can save, compile, and run this job. So now these jobs will run one after the another. Okay. Okay. So here see it's not compiled, it's compiling. An error occur. What is that error? Routine not defined. Okay. Job status 29 hour assign a value. Something is here. Okay. What is oh okay. So you make sure you should get a black color. Okay. So in case of any issues, no, what happened? It will. Okay, now it's fine. Check here also so that you get warnings. Now what you can do? Save, compile, and run this job. You can see here uncompiled states. Okay. Now run the job. So here you can see the jobs will run one after the another. Okay. So first main job, SCD main job will run. Once it's completed only, then the second job will run. Okay. So let's wait. Let's check the log here. It's still running, running, running. See here, second job started. Okay. Update job also finished. Then it will start in insert the next job. See, insert started. And the last job is running. Okay. See, all the jobs got completed successfully. So here you can see the logs. Okay. So this is the way where we can run the jobs one after the another. Okay. So any questions, guys, here? Mauli?
ఆర్డర్ మోడ్లో మనం అన్ని ఒకటేసారి రన్ చేస్తాం కదా, అది ఒక రియల్ టైం సినారియో ఏదైనా ఉందా?
ఆర్డర్ మోడ్లో ఏంటంటే ఎస్సిడి టైప్ 2 కెన్ సి. ఎస్సిడి టైప్ 2లో ఏమి ఫస్ట్ ఇది రన్ అవ్వాలి, ఇది మెయిన్ జాబ్.
ఓకే.
సో ఇన్సర్ట్స్ తర్వాత అప్డేట్స్ ఇన్సర్ట్స్ సపరేట్ చేయాలి. తర్వాత ఫస్ట్ అప్డేట్ ఓల్డ్ రికార్డ్స్ని అప్డేట్ చేయాలి.
ఓకే.
అండ్ దెన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్ ఇస్ ఇన్సర్ట్.
హ్మ్.
సో అదనమాట. సో దిస్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వేర్ వీ కెన్ సే. ఓకే. ప్యారలల్ మోడ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వచ్చి రన్నింగ్ ఆల్ ద జాబ్స్ మీన్స్ మల్టిపుల్ సోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, మల్టిపుల్ సోర్స్ ఫైల్స్ ఉన్నాయి.
ఓకే.
All we need to load in the staging area. So in that scenario where we can run all the jobs at a time. దాన్ని ప్యారలల్ మోడ్లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం.
ఓకే. అన్న ఇంకొక డౌట్ ఏందంటే, ఇప్పుడు ప్యారలల్ జాబ్ క్రియేట్ చేసి ఉంటాం కదండీ మనము ఆల్రెడీ.
అవునవును, అవునవును, అవును.
క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత అక్కడ రన్ చేస్తామా చేయమా అన్న?
రన్ సి ఇక్కడ జాబ్ సీక్వెన్స్ లో రన్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు ఎలా ఉండాలంటే దట్ షుడ్ బి ఇన్ కంపైల్ స్టేటస్ ఆర్ ఫినిష్డ్ స్టేటస్.
ఓకే.
దెన్ ఓన్లీ ఇట్ విల్ రన్.
ఓకే.
ఓకేనా?
ఓకే.
యా, రైట్. So for example, I want to add a scheduling. I want to schedule a job. Okay. So generally you can say resume లో ఏం పెడతామంటే basic గా worked on autosys or control M అని చెప్పి. So there is a session on autosys. So pre-recorded session that you need to watch. I will share the link. So now here what you can do, how we can schedule the jobs from director client. Okay. So I want to schedule this particular job. Okay. So on so and so date or so and so time అన్నట్టు. ఓకే. సో హియర్ లెట్స్ టే లెట్స్ టేక్ దిస్ ఫన్నల్ జాబ్. ఓకే. ఈ ఫనల్ స్టేజ్ జాబ్. సో ఈ జాబ్ నేను డైలీ షెడ్యూల్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. డైలీ ఏ టైం. ఓకే. సో యాడ్ టు ద షెడ్యూల్. ఓకే. సో హియర్ వాట్ వీ కెన్ సీ. సో 9 అయింది టైం. ఓకే. సో 9 టు ఐ విల్ షెడ్యూల్ దిస్ జాబ్. ఓకే. సో టుడే. సో 9 కి ఇట్ విల్ బి ఇన్ ద షెడ్యూల్ టైం. ఓకే. 09:02. Click on OK. Add to the schedule. So here you can see the schedule time. Clock చూస్తున్నారు కదా డైరెక్టర్ లో. So when you click on the clock, there you will see the uh, schedule list. Okay. So today it is scheduled at 9 to. Okay. So now time is around 1 minute 30 seconds. In another 30 seconds automatically దిస్ జాబ్ విల్ రన్. ఓకే. సో షెడ్యూల్ టైం అయిపోయింది, రీచ్ అయిందంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఇది ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ డిసప్పేర్ అయిపోతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ లాస్ట్ రన్ 8:57కి రన్ అయింది. ఓకే. సో నౌ లెట్స్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ దిస్ క్లాక్. ఓకే. ఆ టైం మెట్ అయిన యా 2 అయింది. ఓకే. సో నౌ హియర్ ఇట్ విల్ బి డిసపియర్. జస్ట్ రిఫ్రెష్. సి వాట్ హ్యాపెన్, ఇట్స్ డిడ్ంట్ రన్. యా, సి హియర్ స్టార్టెడ్ రన్నింగ్. అంటే ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ టైం మెట్ అవుతుందో, ఓకే, సో మేబీ ఇమీడియట్ గా విత్ ఇన్ 30 seconds ఇట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ఇమీడియట్లీ. ఓకే. సి హియర్ జాబ్ స్టార్టెడ్ రన్నింగ్. ఓకే. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద వే వేర్ we can schedule the jobs by using director client. Okay. So I will share the link for session on autosys. So in your resume, you can keep worked on autosys, how to create JILs, those sample files I will share. Okay, so watch that recording. Okay, so that's it for guys. So any questions for me?